Breaking news. Giuliani associates have been busted for laundering money from Ukraine directly into the Trump re-election campaign to a tune of over $300,000. These wise guys have been arrested by the Southern District of New York, and they're pictured here with Donald Jr. So this goes high up. Sign of the times. Obvious corruption here. And what's interesting is that this picture was taken at Thousand Oaks, Beverly Hills, scene of the Thousand Oaks shooting. Money being transferred under these types of conditions. Makes you wonder about many of these Gladio B events we see on TV. Makes you wonder about these politicians, as everybody can see the Trump-tanic sinking before their very eyes. And all over creepy Biden, it looks like. Or is there something else? Ladies and gentlemen, there definitely is something else going on here, to say the least, because it seems like there was some pay to play all throughout this process, because this money that was being funneled in from Ukraine was coming from Ukrainian politicians, and there was also members of the U.S. Congress involved. It's a huge thing blown up before our very eyes right now. But it seems like there was some pay to play on both sides of this deal. If the Ukrainian president wanted his, $500 million, he basically had to make some contributions to the re-election campaign, among other things. And that way everybody can skim a little bit off the top. That's basically how this president operates. Not only, hardcore implicated in corruption, extortion, coercion, solicitation. We're going to be going through some of these crimes. Looks like the president might be facing 10 years in prison, ladies and gentlemen, and they're all too eager to prosecute in this case, not in the Hillary case. They're not prosecuting there. Creepy Biden, they're not prosecuting that either. But when it comes to, anyone exposing the truth, they're willing to prosecute. They'll prosecute Assange. And what's strange is that this president is basically responsible for the arrest of Julian Assange. And everything started going south right around the time Epstein was arrested and then murdered, ladies and gentlemen. Just saying. But they're letting the criminals go for the most part, and they're arresting, the whistleblowers. They want to go after the journalists and the like. That's too easy. That's why it's the First Amendment, freedom of the press, freedom of speech. They want to take that away from you because, that just totally destroys them. Once you fully expose these people for who they are, it's over. And so they have to silence you. They have to silence everyone. They got to push propaganda. Everybody should research, these PSYOP divisions that are running amok out there, manipulating people's thoughts and minds. It's not just some kind of conspiracy theory. I mean, this is like way out there on WikiLeaks, Wikipedia. PSYOP divisions, psychological operations, MK Ultra. Before they got to MK Ultra, there was MK Bravo, MK Charlie, MK Delta, MK Echo, MK Foxtrot. You know what I mean? So, in any case, there's a ton of manipulation going on out there, and they're dumbing people down. They're dosing them with the death towers, with the fluoride, with the vaccine. And there really isn't a whole lot that we can do right now, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like everybody is focused on the politics, focused on, what the television is talking about, to say the least. And if it's not one thing, it's certainly another. I mean, we're seeing the genocide of the Kurds right now. It's already begun thanks to this president. And it just tells you, one day he's your friend and the next day he's stabbing you in the back like you're his ex-wife. Ladies and gentlemen, where were we going with this big story? If you're just joining us, these two wise guys here, Giuliani associates, it's like the movie Casino, or more like the movie Blow, or maybe, something along those lines. And, it's just like there are criminals and racketeering and all sorts of things going on everywhere, extortion. It's like a big, episode of The Sopranos meets The Apprentice, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways, these two wise guys got busted for money laundering, funneling hundreds of thousands of dollars into the Trump re-election campaign. They're done. They're done. And they're pictured here, of course, with Donald Jr. He kind of looks like he knows it's a setup. And this would be, pretty much in line with all of the other setups that we've seen ever since the Russia investigation. But this one, definitely seemed to have happened, ladies and gentlemen. There seems to be, quite a bit of activity with this Ukraine thing. Now, you can look at all the details of the story because it is developing, and there are quite a bit of things here to talk about. But it seems like Giuliani and the crew are all over in the Ukraine thing. It seems like everybody was going to Ukraine to get paid. They got tons of money to blow out there, whether it be from, oil and gas or other things. But everybody's going out there to get paid. And of course, the Biden situation out there is pretty straightforward. They made a ton of money, basically leveraging their political office in exchange for bribes. Pay to play. Quid pro quo. This was happening. This happens with every administration. It happens, in politics ceaselessly, non-stop. Pay to play lobbying. It's been a big problem, and of course they basically made it worse with the super PACs recently. And our politics is so corrupt, but we're not going to get into that right now. But this is a big breaking news story on top of everything else that they're doing behind the scenes over there. It just seems like this thing is going to blow up. Now, the whole Kurd thing right now is a big story as well. Turkey is now threatening to send 3.6 million refugees into Europe if they don't shut the fuck up. So, we've got this, racketeering, coercion everywhere these days. The extortion, either you do this or else. And, we're now beginning to assist in a genocide thanks to this president. So you can like what this president has to say on immigration, but they've doubled the immigration. You can like what they have to say on, jobs, but the job numbers seem a little fake, considering that there's 100 million people, not working in America. And all the while, they're plugging into the Skynet and the like. They're preparing to plug people into the Matrix. And, you need to research Amazon and Google plugging into the Pentagon with their cloud and all that. There's all sorts of top secret services already, running in the cloud. And of course, this president pretends to, like people, but he's rolling out the 5G in everybody's neighborhood. And then you really have to wonder about what's going on with the pedo wood over there. This president was close friends with Epstein and the Clintons and has confessed to being a lifelong Democrat, just a recent convert to the conservative party. Wanted to say the criminal party, but they're both different wings to the same bird. It's like two managers for the same franchise. And everybody can tell that there's something definitely wrong with the television, with the politicians, with justice, even with the corporations and the like. They're all promoting Sodom and Gomorrah, New Babylon, anti-Christian types of messages out there. You don't really have to be a rocket scientist to ask the question, why are they putting these toxins in the food and the water? Why aren't other countries doing the same thing? Why are we the ones that are getting all of this special treatment? There's definitely something wrong with the world today, and we're right in the middle of it. They're spraying people like bugs and, dosing their food and their water, mandating the vaccines. You're seeing life expectancy go down. You're seeing autism go up. They're censoring everybody's speech. You know what I mean? It's impossible really to start a business and compete with, what's out there right now. You're seeing stores close, left and right. And here comes the automation, the robots, the planned obsolescence of humanity, the replacement of humanity by robots. It's coming. What are all these people going to do? How are they going to survive? Soylent Green is coming, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going to plug your ass into the matrix. It's going to be a nightmare scenario, and they're totally in control of it all. The food, the water, the jobs, the energy, you name it. You're just a slave running around out there with a number, and people want to talk politics out there as the walls are closing in. It's pretty amazing, to say the least. But right now we are assisting with a genocide thanks to this president, and so support for this president in 2020 is supporting this kind of backstabbing behavior and genocide. Now, some people might want to repeat what the president said here about, well, they didn't fight in Normandy. I think there's a lot more to, what happened during World War II than meets the eye. And I think a lot of people are suspicious about what really happened there as well. But that's no excuse, for genociding people. Oh, well, they didn't fight in Normandy. No shit. It took a long time for the Republicans to abandon Nixon. We're seeing right now 51% of Republicans on Fox News support impeachment of this president. He hasn't delivered, folks. It's nothing personal. We don't want to be mean. But he hasn't delivered. You may like him better than Hillary. You may like him better than, some of these other Democrats. No doubt. But I think we need a Democrat in the White House so that we'll actually, get off our ass and do something. Because right now we're just sitting back like we're in charge, like we're winning or something. And all the while the Skynet is getting closer. There is one candidate right now, a Democrat candidate, that has promised to break up Facebook and Google. Now, can we believe her? Probably not. But is it a step in the right direction? I mean, it'll infuriate conservatives and put pressure on this beast system. Who is this candidate? I don't even want to say her name. But I'm telling you what, I'm prepared to endorse her. Just to see what she'll do. And to see what people out there will do when they start losing their minds again. After 9/11, people woke up and then Trump won and people went back to sleep. It was kind of like the Obama effect. How many people out there were crying when Obama won? You're out there. Don't fucking lie to me. Let's get into the news. But we need to get shell-shocked in 2020, or else we're all going to get plugged into the matrix, ladies and gentlemen. Every conservative should kind of be out there, like the left-wingers, stopping the system. Any case, Turkey shelled a prison holding IS foreign fighters so that they could let them go. They didn't obliterate them. They just opened up the gates. Huge bubbles of methane are causing the sea to boil in Siberia. Now, this is something referred to as the Clathrate gun effect. I think anyone that's got an IQ over 50 should check that out. Clathrate gun effect. And essentially it's like a positive feedback cycle. As things begin to thaw, methane is released, raising temperatures at an accelerated rate. More ice thaws, more gas is released, temperatures increase even more. Now, people might laugh at this, but they're spraying like there's no tomorrow out there. Why are they spraying like there's no tomorrow? They know something, ladies and gentlemen. They're building their deep underground military, bases. They know something is coming. You don't know what's coming. They know what's coming. They're preparing for it. You're just like, observing it and trying to put it together as they call you a conspiracy theorist. Something is fucking going on. Everybody knows it. They're trying to like wipe out everybody, They're terraforming the planet. Something is going on. Either it's an invasion from another world or the end is near and, they're not telling us shit and they're preparing for it. Take your pick. Which scenario is it, ladies and gentlemen? And that's why all of this stuff here, it's really peanuts compared to what's going on. It's peanuts. It's like, it's chump change. It's Trump change. Ladies and gentlemen. We're looking for a video, but, it is what it is out there. The video guy's on vacation. Here's another zombie meth head, Democrat donor out there raging against the system. Anyways, getting back to the news, the Clathrate gun effect, right? This is supposedly going to wipe out humanity by the year 2050. I know you've heard all of this before, and now you're trained to respond like, ha, 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 ha. They're spraying you like there's no tomorrow, and you want to laugh. Something is going on, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay to be a skeptic, but, and these people don't help. But it's there's something going on out there. Question is, what is it exactly? And when they're, and it's not just like little things like, they're, letting the dog, take a squat on your lawn. I mean, these people are poisoning the food, the air, the water. They're genociding people. They're lying to you. They're massively corrupt. They're rolling out the 5G everywhere, mandating the vaccines. I mean, these people are fucking you over, and people, people are acting like they're not sure. They're acting a little stupid out there, like, oh, it couldn't be what you say it is. Some kind of conspiracy theory. There's always a troll out there. There's not much you can do when it comes to deceivers that are working, for the benefit of the other side. But never forget that what we're seeing on television out there, the politics and the like, it's not about, Republicans and Democrats. It's not about right versus left. It's not about Antifa versus Proud Boys. It's really about good versus evil. You got people that are, literally spending 24/7 trying to ban the Bible, trying to promote Sodom and Gomorrah, trying to, recruit people for the dark side. Whether it be in the schools with the devolution or at the shopping mall with the Santa Claus, Satan Claus, and the like, trying to replace what the season is about. These people are, non-stop fanatics. The news, the movies, the music, the works. It's non-stop product placement for the dark side. And, that's what we're up against. You always see them give you, the devil hand sign symbol, the 666 or something. And it's not your imagination. These people are fanatics. And they will stop at nothing until they can wipe out humanity and the like. Again, if you're just joining us, big breaking news. Giuliani associates busted for laundering money directly from Ukraine into the coffers of the president's re-election campaign through a super PAC and the like. And this seems bona fide. We've got the pictures. You've got the exclusive reports out there and the like. And the one thing that people aren't talking about anymore, it's the Epstein case. Another Seth Rich, another, Andrew Breitbart. Another one bites the dust, right? More witnesses gone. All right. And this should concern everyone. This story never should have faded. They never should have allowed it to get replaced by, Iran or Syria or, Ukraine. This is all just a distraction away from the big elephant in the room. What exactly were Trump's connections to Epstein? Because, we're learning that, children were trafficked out of Mar-a-Lago. And it wasn't until they got busted that, in fact, things changed. And, these people never confess. Of course, they're like, they play stupid. We didn't know, But, what happened in that case? What about the connections to the Clintons and the like? And there's all sorts of things, there's all sorts of rumors, let's say, out there of, financial ties between, these people and the like. And it's just, an endless supply of rabbit trails to explore. We'll never get real justice in this country because the whole system is corrupt. It's run by the dark side. It's run by the devil. The entire secular system, from the local government to the federal government, corporations, it's all run by the dark side. It's all run by this beast system. It's already got a monopoly on the situation. And people that are waking up, most people out there that are waking up, they get this, feeling that they're a targeted person. And it's not, the government that's coming after you. It's the matrix. It's the dark matrix. It's this demonic invasion that the Bible warns you about. We're not up against flesh and blood, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the truth of it. That's what you're seeing out there in the streets. That's what you're feeling when you're getting attacked by this system. It's not about politics. It's not about, the FBI coming after you. It's about the devil and its minions in all its forms. And it's pretty much, depending where you live, 1 out of 2 people, 9 out of 10 people are under demonic control, body snatched. And we're basically, dealing with that. And the only way to, end this tyranny is by bringing light back into the conversation. Preach the Bible out there. Reach out to young people. Like, somebody reached out to you. And that's really the best way. But we also have to, counter and re-educate the propaganda that's out there from public schools and the like. Debunk devolution, right? The answer is right there in the DNA. It's intelligent design. It's a programming language, ladies and gentlemen. And, don't get kids involved with the Santa Claus and the like. Keep it old school. Get them off the phones. Ditch the Wi-Fi. Anything that you can that's associated with this beast system, ladies and gentlemen. And, be sure that you get an EMF meter and understand what you're getting dosed with. Now, we sell the EMF 390. You should check that out on our website, at stfnreport.com, stfnreport.com. But even if you don't get that one, as long as you get one that picks up RF radiation from like the death towers and the like, you're good to go. And you're good to avoid the hidden death traps out there in your city, in your town, in your home, and the like. You'll feel a whole lot better knowing what you're getting dosed with and being able to do something about it. Get some shielding, some tin foil. It works. It works, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to leave it there for this broadcast. Check us out at stfnreport.com. Please support this broadcast, patreon.com/STF News. We've been banned so many times, it's insane. This must be like our 15th page this year, literally. They just keep going black one after the other. And, look, the damage has been done. No army can stop an idea whose time has come. And, this is why they've had to censor everybody. But we'd like to continue to be able to put out the news and continue to put pressure out there on, what's going on. And nobody does it quite like us, wouldn't you say? Ladies and gentlemen. Patreon.com/STF News. Buy Ron Johnson a beer today, bitches. Until the next time. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.